Wingman Joker, thank you for listening to this channel and please support the channel. Please subscribe. Chapter 09. The results 1. Insufficient authority detected. Initialize player termination process. Thank you for participating. How can this be? He made sure to do as his father told him to. No, this can't be, he thought. I don't want to die. I can't die. I still have many great things to do, many beautiful girls to conquer. He tried to scream, but no voice came out of his mouth. He could only float there in the dark void waiting for his inevitable doom. Why? His father has assured him that the blood pill would allow him to have sufficient points. His body started to fade away as he could no longer feel his legs. No, please, no, he thought. I was supposed to be a protagonist who tramples all his enemies under his feet, like in a fantasy novel. Why? Then in his last moments, he had a crazy idea. Could it be him? He did feel a slight murderous intent coming from him and that bitch. No, that's impossible. No one can interfere with the test. Father assured me of that. And with that, full of questions and full of regrets, Guy's soul was completely disintegrated. His soulless body collapsed on the black marble floor in the Jade Hall. Termination complete. The shimmering blue screen displayed its last message in the empty void. Chapter 10. The results 2. Warning. Bug detected. Victor looked at the screen with a smirk. It seemed to have worked. A bug can only be used once. Is the golden rule he was taught. All systems have bugs, and by exploiting those bugs players can gain enormous profits, like speedrunners finishing a video game in minutes, or abusing the auction system in an online game to get a lot of money. The world's system has bugs too, but they are well hidden, and the world is always searching for and fixing them. After a player activates a bug, it would be fixed pretty quickly. Users sometimes gain something from bugs and other times lose their lives because of them. Bugs fall into two categories. First, direct effect bugs. They are the bugs that affect a state or an attribute directly. For example, one player found a bug that made him double his strength 10 times, and started committing all kinds of crimes around the world. But his rampage ended after 3 days when the world rules found the bug and corrected it. That idiot died under the feet of more than 100 players, whom he angered by sleeping with their wives when they could do nothing to stop him. Victor still remembers that guy, and if truth be told, it was a real achievement to sleep with all of those women in just 3 days. Maybe he got an achievement for that. This bug no longer works after that, and these kinds of bugs are rarely useful. The second is indirect effect bugs. This type is like finding a loophole in a mission's objective to clear it, or passing through a wall to bypass the boss and getting to the treasure room in a dungeon. Although the bug would be fixed, that will not affect the player as the rewards would have been long acquired. Most useful bugs are like these, but they depend mostly on luck. Bug fixing routine initiated. Bug fixed val less than 0 to val equals 0. Correcting player data. The screen was continuously updating as Victor crossed his fingers and waited. This might not work. He knew that well, but even so, he gambled. Not because he is reckless but because he was from the future, and he knows well how to count the cards while gambling. Now is the moment of truth. The cards are about to be flipped. With a double beep, a second screen suddenly appeared, but this one was in his mind. Alert. The agent, System 11C54H reported an error 401 and is actively trying to modify your attribute, authority. Do you want to grant him access? Yes, no. Looking at this, Victor smiled. His assumptions were correct and he won the gamble. No, a better way of saying it would be, he beat the house. He pressed no. Failed. Insufficient system authority, could not correct data. Error catching routine finished. Bug fixing routine terminated. Resuming operation. What he did was to use the SSS level reduction rune on the authority attribute, which he intentionally left to be 0. He had to use the rune at an exact point of time, when even if the world tried to correct its value, it would be too late. The rune reduced the attribute from 0 to -1, and in a system that does not have an authority value of -1, there is one natural result, and that is what computer scientists call an underflow, which meant that the value rotated and became the maximum possible. He now has more authority than the system itself, so even when the world found the bug and tried to correct it, it couldn't modify his attributes. Congratulations, data registered. Name, Victor equals Von Weiss. Level, 0. Authority, ha ha ha. Victor couldn't stop laughing, he really did it. In his past life, such a bug does not exist because every creature from birth and all the living ones would be at authority 1 at the very least after the reckoning. But now he is the creature with the highest authority in the world. This does not mean he can do what he wants, as the rules of the world should always be followed. Just like how you might get a god mode in a video game, but if your save files get corrupted you will lose all your progress. Now, it's time for me to exploit my new authority, he thought. Looking at the screen, class options were generated based on current level and authority. Please choose a class and 5 skills. You have 351 base classes to choose from. You have 3,587,741 skills to choose from. Great, he thought. Last time he did not get to choose a class and only had 2 skills. Usually, a player would only get to choose from a set of 10 or 15 skills, and 1 to 3 classes max. The class and skill slots are limited by level, but the available skills are set according to the authority. Now, what should he choose? Looking at top skills like God's Fist, or the Dragon's Charge, Victor sighed. While he can learn those, but he wouldn't be able to use them as they require high strength or intelligence attributes and attainments to activate. So he focused on the authority-based skills. There were many that he had never heard about before. Ah, so that's how, he thought as he browsed them one after another. After a while, he made his mind up and chose his skills. Admin Appraisal, SSS rank. Appraisal skill, allows a player to see the truth of the world, limited by authority and level. Admin Merchant SSS rank passive, allows the player to act as if he had trading class. He can trade with and monitor all merchant class players through the system, in addition to privileged access to system merchandise. Limited by authority. Blood Seal, SS rank. He who drinks your blood's essence voluntarily will become your blood slave. 2 slots can only enslave lower authority beings. Contractor of Doom S rank. Can sign a system enforceable contract with any other player. Second party approval required. Unlimited Disguise, SS rank. Can disguise shape, voice, and attributes, limited by authority and level. That should suffice. He will not need fighting skills as he does not intend to fight personally, and because of his current attributes, he is already invincible in the human realm. Looking at his attributes: Strength, 51, Intelligence, 63, Agility, 53, Luck, 23, Charm, 25, Order, 20. A normal human male has about 10 points for each. So now Victor is 5 times stronger, 6 times smarter, and twice as good looking compared to a normal human being. There will be a chance for some more practical skills after he levels up, he thought. Now time to choose a class, and Victor already had one in mind. He wanted to choose a Dragon Disciple, one of the strongest and most diverse basic classes, as it offsets one of his major weaknesses, being a human. It turns him into a dragon as he levels it up to Dragon Master, but after seeing the list it only took him seconds to choose another one. This one required a lot of authority. He quickly chose it and smiled when he saw the 3 new skills it added. Good, with this I have hope of killing that guy now, he thought. Everything is set. He pressed OK. Player generation complete. Then the screen disappeared, and after a few moments, he could see he was back in the Jade Hall, where all the newly awakened players seemed to be opening their eyes in astonishment. They had the same question in their minds. Was that true? Is this world some kind of an RPG game? Did we succeed? No wonder no one was told what the ceremony was. For them, it took about an hour to complete the ritual and choose a class, but for outsiders, it was merely a second. And it only took another second for a sudden loud scream to break the solemn silence in the hall.